To start, you'll need a long sleeve shirt, and you'll want to consider the material for what kind of jersey you're making. I'm making a vintage style jersey, so I chose a cotton blend for the vintage look. And eBay has some pretty inexpensive options. I ordered this one, $14.16. And they have some great vintage MX colors. Here's another one, and it's even cheaper, $11.37. If you do buy a new shirt to make a jersey, be sure to pre-wash it before starting the iron-on process. I bought a XX because I plan on wearing a chest protector under the shirt, so I want the extra room. If you plan on doing the same, you should consider buying a size larger than you normally wear. For this jersey, I'm using large 8-inch numbers for the back, 2-inch numbers for the front of the shirt, and I'll use 2-inch blue letters for the sleeves. I'll also be using 2-inch white letters for my name above the numbers on the back. For the front of the jersey, I also have a vintage-style Fox Racing logo, and it's a Yamaha jersey, so I have the tuning forks emblem. I like to start by getting everything cut out. That way, once I start the iron-on process, I can roll with it. The letters and numbers set I bought come in a 12-pack, so I can do more than one jersey with what I have here. And in case you're wondering, I got all my letters and numbers from Amazon. I avoid Walmart like the plague, so I have no idea if they'd be less expensive or not. A good place to look would be an arts and crafts store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, places like that. But I don't mind Amazon too much, and I was pretty happy with the price, so I bought them. I've got everything cut and laid out to put it in perspective. On the front of the jersey, I'll have my number on the left, the Fox logo in the center, and the Yamaha emblem on the right. This will be the back of the jersey, my name across the top of the 8-inch numbers, and I'll have Yamaha coming down each sleeve. I start by standing in a mirror and marking the outside of the sleeve with tape. I don't want the letters running down the inside of the sleeve when I'm done. I'm using an ironing board, and I'll be pressing down, so I need a solid surface. For that, I place a piece of wood beneath the heat-resistant fabric. This little iron is all I have, so I'm using it. Despite what some people believe, this doesn't take a professional press or even a large hand iron. Now, I won't be using any water. I don't want steam, only heat. I like to hit the area with a roller brush to remove any fuzzies and anything else that may be clinging to the shirt. I get all the letters laid out first. I do 3/4-inch spacing down the sleeves and make sure they're nice and straight. This is where a ruler, a straight edge, and even a tape measure will come in handy. You'll want to take your time with this. You only get one shot. Once they're pressed on, they're not moving. I'm using a carpenter's square for a straight edge, checking side alignment and center alignment. Once I have everything set, I cover the letters with parchment paper. This reduces the risk of burning the shirt since we'll be pressing the iron in one spot for a few seconds at a time. My iron is preheated on the highest setting, which is 390F or 200C. You want between 15 and 18 seconds for each letter. To ensure accurate timing, I've set the stopwatch on my phone. And I'm starting now. I hold the iron in one place and apply steady pressure. Moving the iron around can smear the iron on. Now I simply restart the stopwatch and repeat the process on the next letter. I wait for it to cool down a bit. Peeling the protective plastic while it's still hot can pull the iron-on away from the shirt. A word of caution. Be sure not to hit the tape with the hot iron. It will likely melt into the material. It's probably best to remove it once you get the letters positioned. I like to remove the protective plastic while it's still a little warm to the touch. I've found that if it cools down all the way, it can be hard to peel off. This is feeling pretty good, just a little warm to the touch. If the letters start pulling away from the material, simply place the plastic back down, cover it with the parchment paper, and hit it a little longer with the iron. Now I like to pick the shirt up and air it out to help it cool down. I don't like moving on to the next part while the previous iron-on is still warm. For the most part, everything from here on is a repeat of what I just did on that sleeve. Now, moving on to the back, I'll start by finding the center of the shirt, and I'll do that by measuring from shoulder seam to shoulder seam. I have 25 inches. Half of that is 12.5. That's the center of the shirt measuring from the shoulder seam. The N is the middle letter in my name, so I'm centering it on the 12.5-inch mark. Now it's just a matter of measuring and getting my name straight. I'll be coming down 4 inches from the top of the collar to the top of my letters, and leaving half of an inch spacing between the letters. Now for the numbers. First, I'm checking center from seam to seam. I'll be measuring down from the bottom of the letters 3/4 of an inch to the top of the numbers, and leaving a 3/4 inch space between each number. For the front of the jersey, I centered the Fox logo 2 inches down from the top of the collar band. I then line up the top of the numbers and decal with the top of the Fox logo. Everything looks better if it's lined up across the shirt. After that, I simply adjust the numbers and the Yamaha logo in from the shoulder seams to where I think they look good. I want everything to be on my chest, not too close to the armpits of the shirt or too crowded in the center. It took some finagling, but I finally got it where I like it. Now it's just a matter of pressing them on. And there we have it. Looks good with everything lined up across the front. I got the Yamaha running nice and straight down the outside of the sleeves. I could have brought it up closer to the shoulder seam, but it's fine the way it is. Getting everything perfect is definitely a challenge, but as long as you get everything close, it'll look great. Some things to keep in mind. If you buy a new shirt, be sure to pre-wash it first. After the jersey's done, let it hang for a couple of days before putting it to use. This allows the iron-ons to completely cure into the material. And always wash it inside out. This will prevent unnecessary wear against the other garments in the wash. And lastly, be careful not to over-dry it. The shirt can still shrink, but the iron-ons will not. They'll just look all wrinkled up. And that's it. Have fun making your custom jersey, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.